Hey! Yo, 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday.
Yes, and our guest co-host Porsha Williams is here. Morning, Porsha.
Damn, y'all just woke me up.
What's happening, Porsha?
I'm good. I'm glad to be up here with y'all early as hell in the morning.
Hey, man. You did on This Nation, though? Or y'all didn't take that early?
I didn't. No, not that early. Like 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
waking up
okay.
at 4 a.m. trying to put something on my face was real early.
Man, 8 o'clock, that's sleeping in for us.
Yes, it is.
It was nice.
Yes,
it was
it
a
is.
good life.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was really good. I rested, you know, spent time with my little baby girl.
Okay.
Now y'all kidnapped me up here with y'all for a whole week. Y'all
That's
gonna
right.
treat me right. I know that much.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
What
You want Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
I want Starbucks.
Okay.
She bougie.
That's right.
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Any kind of chino you want.
That's what I want.
My weekend was kind of light. Not much going on.
Nah, mine was heavy. I was all
I'm
over the
lying,
place.
nigga.
What? I had a great weekend. On Friday, I went to go see MJ the Musical.
How was that?
My God.
My parents loved it.
My God. If y'all ain't seen
What?
MJ the Musical yet, you got to go see MJ the Musical.
Where is that? Here?
I'm Broadway.
Yeah, it's a Broadway play.
Broadway.
Okay.
So it's like the life of Michael Jackson. Oh, man, that boy Miles Frost. Lord
Killed
have
it.
mercy. Oh, my God. Drop on the clues bomb for MJ the Musical.
Yeah, I gotta see it too. I think he's leaving soon.
I think April.
April, yes.
But
I gotta go see it before he leaves.
He's coming to visit the Breakfast Club. I kept wondering, what was his vertical leap? Is that a weird thing to be thinking during a
How
stage
he could
play?
jump?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
supposed to be enjoying it.
I was, but every time he would jump, I'm like, yo, he got hops.
He should have played basketball. You're
That's what I'm
thinking?
saying. He could do maybe Jordan and he did Jackson. He could do Jordan too, maybe. Yes. Then we saw the Chris Rock special Saturday,
Chris Rock special. Oh yeah, I seen it yesterday, but yeah.
which was
I
phenomenal
gotta
to me.
see it.
You
My
see it?
husband, no, I was mad before I got here because my husband actually watched it without me.
No.
He asked me how could he watch it. I went to go clean the kitchen, came back, he was halfway through.
Damn it, man.
Cardinal.
That's fighting in my house.
Exactly.
That's fighting in my house. You watch something without us? Oh, that's fighting.
And then I know we'll talk about that this morning. And then
Absolutely.
last night was the WGAs, the Writers Guild Awards, the 75th Writer Guild Awards. And you know, my late night talk show, Hell of a Week, was nominated for Best Writing Comedy Variety Series.
How'd you do?
We lost.
Okay.
To John Oliver last week tonight, but you know, I'm thankful for the nomination.
Yeah,
And,
congratulations.
That's right.
That's big.
And shout out to everybody. I was in Detroit on Friday. They had the Fall Back in Love comedy tour.
The R&B Legends of the Street tour.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was a blizzard in Detroit, and it still sold out. It was Trey Songz. It was Mario, Little Duval. It was who else was on that tour? Jacquees, August Alsina, and his twin, he calls him. That gentleman's on there as well, and somebody else is on that tour. I'm missing somebody. Monica. Oh shoot, Monica was on there as well. And then Saturday we were in New Orleans. Shout out to Little Duval, man. Little Duval has so much energy. You just gotta love Little Duval, man.
He's so funny. I'm glad he's doing well.
He's doing well.
Yeah,
All
I'm glad
right.
about that.
Well, let's get the show cracking. Now, we got some guests joining us this morning. Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley, and Yvette Nicole Brown. They got a new series, Act Your Age.
Yes.
And we're going to be kicking it with them. And then we got front page news.
Is the good sister Angela Rye on this morning? Yes, she is.
She's on? Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll talk to her next. She'll tell us what's going on in the news, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Porsha Williams, joining us this morning.
Big Porsha.
Hello.
And
Turn our mic
turn
on,
the mic
Red.
on.
Come on.
All right.
See?
Let me be in the building.
There you go.
Okay, there I am.
And now we got Angela Rye for our front page news. What up, Miss Rye?
Hey everybody, good morning. We're gonna
morning.
start
Hey.
off. Huh? You can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We just said
I
good
thought
morning
the nurse
back.
said he couldn't hear me. I'm sorry. Good morning. We're gonna start off with this Women's History Month newsmaker, Antoinette Paris Hudson. This 28-year-old Black woman first made history by becoming the third Black female to become a captain for PSA Airline. But with a degree in aeronautical engineering, she's really killing the game now because she just announced she will become a pilot for American Airlines. You all know that's the largest airlines in the world. So congrats to Antoinette, and hopefully she can talk to them about the miles expiring.
Okay. That's dope.
Next up, and more on a more sad note, we have Ja Morant, who had a really rough weekend that culminated with the 2-game suspension. It's been a rough season for one of my favorite young players with several incidents. Of course, there was the incident over the summer with the 17-year-old boy in a pickup game where he allegedly brandished a gun. An alleged confrontation after the Pacers game, where a friend of Ja's pointed a red laser at Pacers staff members who believed the laser was attached to a gun. And this latest incident was Ja flashing a gun on his own Instagram Live on Saturday at what appeared to be the club. Won't say the time.
Why?
And has resulted, I don't know, in a 2-game suspension by the Memphis Grizzlies. He almost immediately apologized, taking full responsibility for his actions and saying, quote, "I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being." Memphis clearly needed Ja after losing to the Clippers by 6 yesterday following his suspension. And his coach has said he's not clear on when he'll return, and the NBA is also investigating.
Well, that's good. I don't know what that young brother is doing, but somebody needs to simply pull him to the side and say, do you want to lose everything? You know? And why did the league have to suspend him? I feel like the team should have made that decision. I wish the league didn't have to intervene. If the team cares about him and his well-being and he's the franchise player, they should have did the suspension.
Yeah, maybe the league jumped on it early.
The team did suspend him. Actually, the NBA is still investigating.
Oh, it's the team. So it is the team.
Yeah, the
suspension.
team did investigate.
Oh, okay,
I think he needed that suspension, though. I think it needed him to sit down, and I hope that, like you said, his dad, who was at all his games, so I met at a couple of games, really needs to sit him down and say he could lose it all. There's no reason for him to be holding a gun and a club and showing himself holding a gun.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But more than that, he really needs better friends.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This time, right now, he needs to realize he needs to shake all that off. He needs to lose some dead weight and come back. Because if his friends are around him, let him hold a gun.
Word up.
They ain't gonna take no charge.
Yeah, nobody in the room like,
No,
hey, bro, don't
exactly,
do that. You know who you are?
Yeah.
You know?
So they don't value what he got.
That's right.
And Google Javaris Crittenton. Okay, he's an American. He's a former NBA player. He's doing like 23 years in prison right now for a murder. So if you don't think these little incidents can lead to something bigger, Google Javaris Crittenton.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's ever had a documentary about his life, but somebody need to show his story. But it feels the same.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Miss Rowd. We see you in an hour.
Thank you.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, call us up right now. Let us know how your weekend was. Was it good? Was it bad? Or maybe you just want to spread some positivity. Whatever it may be. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray!
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live?
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Jade.
Hey, Mama.
How are you, Jade?
Get it off your chest.
I'm good. All right, so long story short, I was fired from DoorDash on my day off.
You got fired on your day off?
Yeah, how you get fired on your day off?
All right, so this is what happened. I'm almost 15 years out of the workforce, but thankfully I have some jobs lined up. I have interviews, so pray for me, y'all. But I started DoorDashing to make ends meet, and I don't know.
Eating them people food?
Say that again?
You was eating them people food?
No, I promise I wasn't. But I went to log into my shift, and they said my account was deactivated, and I was like, what? So I called support, and they were like, well, it's not showing active on our end, and I'm like, but it's not, though. So I haven't been able to DoorDash or anything, so I don't know, just pray for me, y'all.
Yeah, they might have just made a mistake. You might be able to get that job back, Mama.
Did she just ask us to pray for her?
Yeah, she did.
For DoorDash?
Yes.
I'm not praying. I'm not God.
No.
For what?
Not even for DoorDash. Like, I have some interviews lined up, but also, like, bills are coming up.
Oh, okay.
You can pray for her.
I'm not
Yeah.
able to do anything right now.
I pray for you to get a new job.
No, let her go to Uber Eats because I need some better delivery around my area.
And I will say that the Uber Eats drivers and the Lyft drivers, they have it hard. I think they only make 30% of what they actually make. And if somebody gets in the car and lies on them or says something, they can lose their job. And I know a couple people that lost their jobs, and that's all they had. So
Well, how you lie on the Uber Eats or DoorDash driver?
How you know?
either come or they
How you
don't.
know it's a lie?
Yeah.
Well, one dude said that he brought the food delivery, and I guess the guy forgot to wake up and get it. So the next morning, I guess the animals ate the food. So he was like,
He
"Is
ate that
everything-"
man food. Because somebody definitely ate. I got some crab legs the other day. And you tell me how a whole, like, hand or whatever the crab legs had only 2 legs on it.
What?
2 legs. And the ones that was missing had no seasoning in the little socket.
How you know it was?
Somebody took
How
them.
you know it wasn't a handicapped crab?
Nah,
And you
it wasn't.
discriminating against this
That's
crab.
why I got my money back. I ain't asked for no cripple crab. Get my money back.
Hello, who's this?
It's Nick the truck out of Plant City, Florida.
Yeah, what's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I just want to bring some awareness to high blood pressure. But I'm 29 and I don't feel like I should be having high blood pressure, but hey, I do. I just checked it this morning. I checked it last night, and it's 154/90. 90, I think, and I think that's too high. But I just want to bring some awareness to it because it don't have no symptoms, and I just want everybody to know the symptoms I was feeling was like I felt like it was blood at the top of my head, and it was just sitting there.
You need to go to the doctor.
He's clearly wet.
Definitely, I'm gonna go check myself out.
Nah, he probably does it at home. He probably checks his blood pressure at home.
Oh.
Yeah, I check it at home.
Yeah, you need to go to the doctor. Go to the emergency room. You feel blood like that on top of your head.
And eat better.
Yeah, you might have high cholesterol too.
I'm looking into changing my diet, but what I started doing was drinking pure raw apple cider vinegar, and that helps bring it down.
You Googled that one.
Yeah, he definitely Googled that one. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, call us up right now. Our guest co-host Porsha Williams is here, and it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, peace and blessings.
Take us on Bluetooth or speaker, whatever you got us on.
I'm sorry, Effie. I keep on telling you, I'm at work in this garbage truck, man.
Say what's up to Porsha.
Hey, Porsha, how you doing?
Hey, you in the back or the front of the truck?
No, man, I drive the truck.
Oh, okay, you in the front. I like the ones who hang off the back, but okay.
Well, I used to do that, but I graduated, so I front loaded.
Okay.
So I pick up garbage cans from different business and like complexes.
All right, what's up?
Well, Charlamagne, what up?
Peace, Sean. How you, brother?
I'm good, brother. Trying to maintain. I just want to tell John, it's crazy how John Moran about to lose everything, man, over some stupid mistakes that he's making out here. You know what I mean? You get a great opportunity to make money. Like, look at me. I work at 9 to 5. Only and zero in the bank account. You know what I mean? And this dude keep on messing up all the damn time. Like, what's up, bro? You gotta get together, man.
I agree
I hate
with you.
to see how you doing good and then you messing up out here. And then nobody around him to tell him what he's doing is wrong. Like a lot of yes people around him, you know what I mean? What y'all think?
Well, he's clearly the big homie. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you come from where he comes from, you know, which is close to Sumter, South Carolina, if you've ever been out there, then, you know, he really comes from nothing. So he's probably the big homie in his circle, more than likely.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be carrying a hammer with him in no club.
No.
But didn't he have, where was his shirt? Did he have a shirt on or no? Yeah, see, he was just wilding out. So, see, that's just, first offense was a shirt off, next just gonna go down.
Yeah,
here.
young boy
That's
with a bunch of tattoos, you want to show him off, and he was in the strip club?
Let them strip. That's the problem.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's up, man? It's Rashad Moore.
Rashawn Moore, what up? Get it off your chest, brother.
How you doing, man? Top of the morning. Happy Monday, man.
Top of the morning, brother.
Same to you. What up?
Yo, listen, man. So what I basically want to touch down on is the unfairness that I've been seeing a lot. I'm a new father, and I basically had like the worst experience ever. Basically, it's like these women, they take advantage of you knowing that you want to be in your kid's life, and they try to alienate you from being around your son. And I don't understand why that is. It's been going on for hundreds of years, and I don't know how these women are not realizing it's not actually the best benefit for the kid. So right now, this morning, what I want to do is just put out some positivity, also at the same time put out awareness about this unfortunate event that's going on in like all over America, like a pandemic. You want to think about it, because every like 10 men, at least 4 of them is on child support, which is actually taken away from the kids. What I'm trying to say is there's two things, right? Women either make better decisions about the kids that you're having, or just take it a little lighter on this guys, because what it is like it's not being fair to a lot of guys. A lot of guys are like, you know, hurting out here, not actually getting the proper more support that they need. And it's also taken away from helping you raise the kids. And then you end up having another bunch of kids being rolled over in a cycle and being fatherless.
Let's ask a woman, Porsha. Let's ask a woman. Porsha,
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
Well, I think he's on to half of the issue. He's saying that the women need to look out for the men that they have babies with. I think the men need to do the same thing. You know, yes, women should be selective, but men have the right to be selective as well. You know, you then want to be like a victim, but you didn't empower yourself in the beginning to decide who you're going to have sex with, if you're going to wrap it up or not. Just like there's different types of men, you know, some can be dogs, there's different types of women.
So don't shoot everybody club up is what you're saying.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because you might not want to be in in that club forever, and now you are.
That's right.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up. Porsha Williams is here. Now we got rumors on the way. What we talking about when we come back?
We're gonna be talking about this Chris Rock, honey. Rocking it up, honey. He is over there talking about Will Smith again. Does he not know he have a left hand too? But anyway, we're gonna talk about that coming up a little later.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
And for people that don't know, and everybody know, his wife was f***ing her son's friend. I normally would not talk about this shit, but for some reason these put that on the internet. We all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's. How did that make you feel?
Jesus.
That's a hell of a question. Did she ask him that? I don't remember that question.
She didn't ask him that.
No. He heard that.
I was going to ask, so
how do you reply to that?
Comedians don't have to say allegedly?
What do you mean?
Because during the special, he was saying some things. I'm like, damn it. You just don't say.
No, they're not journalists. They're comedians. That's what it is. It's supposed to be free space to say what you want, and it is what it is. You laugh or not.
Yeah, and everybody's fully aware that it's a bit in a stand-up special. Now we would be getting to a real strange place if folks started suing people for what they said in stand-up specials.
Yeah,
come on, man.
They sued stuff for what you say people on the radio, regardless.
That's different, though. I think radio is different than
I'm just asking.
But I feel you though, because even though it is comedy, when he said that part about effing his son's friend, I felt that. Like he was making it funny, but he meant that. He wanted that to sting Will when he said that again.
Even when he said something about OJ, he was like, OJ's a murderer. I'm like, yeeks.
Well, no, I don't think you can say that.
He definitely said it.
Oh, you can't say that?
Yes.
Now you got to say allegedly.
You got to say allegedly.
Did he get found guilty of murder?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. What else we got?
Well,
this
I'm
is
sure
good.
he can't sue him no more for that. All right. So anyway, and he even mentioned y'all. Did y'all hear that part? Mm-hmm. Or y'all had selective hearing? Here you go.
Everybody in the world called him a I tried to call the motherfucker, give him my condolences. He ain't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a Charlamagne called him a and the Breakfast Club called him a and The View and The Talk and every rapper and the Drink Champs called him a everybody. And who's he hit? Me.
I enjoyed the special, man. It was good. The only thing I hated that the Will Smith slap stuff overpowered all the other great stuff he said in that special, like the conversation about Meghan Markle and the royal family and the stuff about.
Wait, but did you call him a bitch? Hold on now. You just
no, I don't remember calling Will Smith a bitch. I know we had some thoughts about the Red Table Talk, but I didn't call him the B word.
I don't think he called him.
What's interesting is I heard Chris Rock do that set last month, right, at the North Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, and he did that bit, and he did the shout outs then, right, and I was sitting there thinking like, should I correct him? But then I was like, nah, he got his special next month.
That's why I gotta make that.
He might end up shouting me out in the special.
That's right, drop a bomb.
I was thinking about correcting him when I heard it last month. Like, I never called Will Smith a B, but I think, I'm gonna let that one go.
Let's let it go.
That might make the special.
Yeah,
Mama,
it made the special.
It made the special. Now, people were mad about the Meghan Markle thing that you just mentioned.
Why? Everything he said was accurate.
Meghan Markle. Some of that she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law No, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby was gonna be. That's not racist. Because even black people want to know how brown the baby gonna be. We check behind them ears. That's a scientific test. Because you got to see what kind of black child you gonna get. Is this a Steph Curry baby? Or a Draymond Green baby?
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
And I hope that Chris Rock was also taping that special over the past year, because I want to see it produced as an actual special. Live was cool, you know what I mean? But there's a different type of rhythm when you watch a produced stand-up special. So I want to see that material produced in that way.
He forgot the knuckles though. I'm sorry, because we do check the ear, but we also check the knuckles. If the ears is cool, we still ain't convinced. We're gonna check.
What are we looking for when we do that?
I not me, because, I take my baby however, but, we want to see where the crisp is. Where's the crisp?
Where's the crisp?
Yes, normally on the creases. So we had to check them knuckles and see where the baby going to be.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Porsha Williams is here. She's our co-host this week. And when we come back, Angela Rye will be joining us. We got front page news. She'll fill us in what's going on out there in the world. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is Reinvent Your Life. Mel Robbins is back to help you dream big and take more control over your life. Start listening when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/breakfast club.
You did an edible on work day?
I did tinctures last night. I never had tinctures before.
What the hell's a tincture?
That's what it's called? The tincture
watch
drug?
it.
I ain't never put them drugs on my tongue. What you talking about?
These tinctures. I'm still high from the tinctures last night.
All right.
I put it under my tongue.
Well, Porsha Williams is here. She's our co-host, and let's get in some front page news. Angela Rye, good morning.
Good morning again. So yesterday commemorated the 58th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in Selma, and President Biden joined, noting in his speech that voting rights are still very much under assault. It is poetic justice this fine Monday morning that joining us is the granddaughter of Reverend Hosea Williams, who was a very, very important foot soldier in the civil rights movement. So according to the Brennan Center for Justice, just on this President Biden point, just this year, state legislators have introduced more than 150 restrictive voting bills in 32 states, making it harder for people to vote, to stay on voter rolls, and also to register. We know that these restrictions disproportionately impact people of color. And with the failure of Congress to act over the last several years, in the ways in which the Voting Rights Act has been gutted by the Supreme Court and now several landmark cases, we are in trouble. The president also had this to say about the truth in American history.
On this stage, children of God started a journey, walking, not saying a word, beaten, tear gassed. On this bridge, blood was given to help redeem the soul of America. Words that give meaning to the past and purpose to the future. And now I'm here as your president. The truth matters, notwithstanding what the other team is trying to hide the truth. No matter how hard some people try, can't just choose to learn what we want to know and not what we should know. We should learn everything, good, bad, the truth of who we are as a nation. And everyone should know the truth of Selma.
I can't believe that we still fighting for voting rights legislation in 2023. Like, it makes me ask the question, like, what's the legacy of the March on Selma, Angela Rye? What do you think? Like, when you see the Voting Rights Act gutted the way that it's been, what's the legacy of the March on Selma?
Well, here's the thing, right? This isn't the first time in American history where Black people have had to fight for the right to vote. We know that right after the emancipation, our folks had to do the same thing. And so the legacy is the fight. We persevere. We are resilient. We will continue to do just that. Is it unfortunate? Absolutely. But we know what they're afraid of. It is the truth and our power, our political power, and us being able to wield that. They've seen what happens when we do. We elected the first Black president, and you know that the Voting Rights Act was gutted shortly thereafter.
They say, ain't gonna be no more Negroes on our watch.
Shut up.
Every fight is fixed from here on out.
Listen here. So in addition to that, we know that there was another Norfolk Southern cargo train that was derailed this past weekend. 20 cars from a 212-car train derailed near Springfield, Ohio, by Clark County Fairgrounds. This is the second one in Ohio within the last 5 weeks. The second one. So Clark County Emergency Management Agency did not issue evacuation orders in this particular case, but they did request residents within 1,000 feet of the derailment to shelter in place. Company officials said, unlike the 38-car derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, derailment in the East Palestine, Ohio derailment, this one had no hazardous materials aboard the train. So thankfully, no injuries have been reported as of yet.
Why aren't people talking about more about this, what's going on out there and how it's affecting the people in the water and all that? Because it feels like they swept it under the rug.
Yeah, I think there's a lot about it that's been convoluted for folks, things they don't really understand. There were a number of people taking issue with Mayor Pete's lack of response. Of course, he's the Secretary of Transportation.
Yep.
And he said he understood why folks feel like he should have showed up, even though there's not a lot that his agency can do. Emergency management has to run point on this when there's hazardous materials involved. So there have been thousands of people impacted. I'm sorry, Porsha.
Is somebody messing with the track? Like, what's causing?
Oh, you saying is it
derailment?
sabotage?
Yeah, because when you have something that happens, of course, we're focused on the fact that the trains are off the track.
Right.
But look what is happening. It's polluting the water, different things and happening to the community. People do sabotage areas like this to take them over. So, just like they are trying to, watch the whole situation to figure out overall, they need to figure out who did it.
Right. There was chemicals on this train too?
No chemicals.
No, there were no hazardous materials on this train. But I do want to just say, I love Black folks because we're conspiracy theorists. But the real issue here is the fact that within the infrastructure bill, there's supposed to be money for railroad infrastructure being rebuilt. And you all know in the last administration, Norfolk Southern lobbied the president really hard to prevent having to do any upgrades. So that's what's happening. This is aging infrastructure. And when that happens, we've seen bridges collapse, roads go rogue, and like this, a train derailment.
But the bill passed though, right?
Twice.
Didn't infrastructure bill
Yes,
pass?
but what I'm saying is before that bill passed, because it takes time to start rebuilding roads, to construct bridges, right? Before that, Norfolk Southern was lobbying President Trump very hard to prevent having to do any upgrades. And this is what's happened as a result. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is your front page news. Thank you, Miss Rye.
Tell them where to find you, Angela Rye.
Angela Rye, at Angela Rye on Instagram, at Angela_Rye on Twitter for as long as I'll be there. I don't know how much longer it'll be. And TikTok, we talked about that last week. Y'all take care. Portia's good to see you.
You too. Bye.
All right, that is your front page news. Now, when we come back, Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley, and Yvette Nicole Brown will be joining us there on a new series called At Your Age. And we're going to talk to them when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
You just be taking stuff.
You do still her wigs. I'll show you. What's the next question, babe?
I was going to ask.
It was interesting what you said about not being the lead, because to us, even though the show was called Martin, Gina is still the lead.
That is the sweetest thing.
You were kind of the lead as well.
It wasn't no kinda. She was a lead. And my wife and kids, you the wife.
The way that I look at that, though, like, I love being the support system to anybody. Like, I love to watch people win. You know what I mean? Even with my sisters on the show, like, we'll give each other jokes. Like, say this to me or say this to the camera.
Do this when you walk out the door.
Yeah, we want the other person to win, and I love being the support system. It's like a dance to me. It's like a waltz to me when I can see a comedian, because comedians can be really big or they can be really small. So when they go big, I ground the scene. It's fun. Yeah. It's fun. I love, and I learned a lot. And I'm talking about this now because I've said it in a couple of interviews, but I really realized how much Damon and Martin's comedic ability, thank you, affected me. Like, when I'm working on this show, I try to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Allison and the rest of the writers are so good. They really lay it out. It's there on a page, but I like finding the funny in between the lines, because that's what Martin was great at. Right. He was really brilliant, because he would find some, and he's ad-libbing at all times. So I find that my comedic style is really similar. And then watching Damon, his comedic intellect is sort of like, he's so witty and so smart.
I had that like, on your show. Remember that? You said get ready for him. I did Wife and Kids. I played her best friend, and she told me, she was like, get ready. I was like, what you mean get ready? She said, Damon, he gonna say some things. You got to be ready for him. And you were right. I thought I had him. I was killing it. He came back on me. I shut up. Said, where the lines? Let me.
The comedic intellect is so high, like Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot from them.
Do y'all hate being typecasted where they feel like, everybody's going to call you Gina for the rest of your life? Do you hate that?
No.
No, it doesn't bother you?
I love it.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Because that means that it, like they said, it made some type of impact. Like,
well, that's cute.
It's like the Brady Bunch.
It got to get annoying sometimes.
No, only by my son, because he calls me Gina all day.
Hilarious.
Gina, can you make me something to eat?
Funny.
Gina, can you?
That's funny.
Like, I was in the mall the other day. I passed by DL Hughley, and I was like, DL.
Go out, one more name. So LeBron, with me and LeBron, when LeBron was little, I'm from Cleveland, so I kind of raised LeBron. It's crazy. I She hosted his wife's baby shower. It was so great. Now, so LeBron came by, and then Jesus. Let me tell you what Jesus came on. Whoa, that's what we gonna do. We just gonna throw all the names out today on the Breakfast Club. Whatever. Gina.
Because he was laughing at my son because my son kept calling me Gina, like, Gina, get over here, Gina, look at this, Gina. And I was like, if you call me Gina one more time, I'm gonna kick your butt. And he started cracking up, and that's the only reason. That's the last name I'm gonna say.
Auntie Sugar. I love it. Sugar, let me tell you something. It gets on your nerve because it's always some man. Auntie Sugar.
With all of y'all resumes in the business, do y'all still run into struggles and like obstacles in the industry?
Absolutely. That's what I mean. That's the whole point of Act Your Age is that this is the first time we get to come together and be fully ourselves on a show, right? And so that's new. Before this time, it was always a bit of struggle because nobody was writing for you, nobody understood you, nobody cared about what happens to black women in this industry as they write. We're always coming in. I'll say this: most of my shows, I'm asking the white girl, enjoy your date. Oh, you're so pretty. I think you're great. Everything is about them. There's no questions about, well, how my husband doing on the show? What my kid doing on the show? On this show, on Act Your Age, we all take care of each other. And can I say where they can find it in case they don't know? If you go to bouncetv.com/find us, you can find where the show is. It is literally floating in the air. It's everywhere. So please support us.
Absolutely.
Please support us because the thing is, if we have this show, then we get to make more of these shows.
Absolutely.
And our show is universal. So
everybody's gonna like it.
So those that are watching that are not black or of a certain age, please understand this show is for you too. Because we're talking about real issues. We have two wonderful young actors, Nathan Anderson and Mariah Robinson, that are on the show. So we got something for the Gen Zs and the millennials as well.
And
I promise.
Tune in.
You are going to enjoy this show. I promise.
These two are fools.
Yeah,
these three are fools.
But I have struggled. Look, I went back to me. I have struggled.
All my life I had the
Thank you, Charlie. I got the flavor. Okay, I'm not gonna say it again.
Now, is there any part that you guys?
Yeah, you just cut her off. She's trying to talk about her struggle. You see what I'm talking about? That's what she's talking about.
She cut her off. She's about to say the slave thing again. He got out of there.
Go ahead.
Is there any part that you guys passed up and was like, damn, I shouldn't have passed up?
Ooh, I was supposed to be on the show Lost, and I was dating this dude. We had to move to Hawaii, and he was like, we ain't going to Hawaii.
Well, he didn't have to go.
I know, but I was engaged at the time. That was one of my several.
Damn.
And I was like, but I want to go and do Lost. So I remember I was like, well, JJ, do you have anything else? I don't know if and I just didn't see the black woman on the plane crash in the jungle with the monsters. I didn't know what I was going to do. I felt like my part was going to get smaller and smaller because I'm a run for real. But no, it was. I remember JJ Abrams. We had this talk. I never forget when he showed me the script. This was before it was on TV. I did like this. I said. I was like, this is Gilligan's Island. What else you got? I promise you, I had no idea Lost would be huge. Wow. So that thing hurts me. So that's my story.
You know, when I say this role, y'all gonna be like, I first of all, I know that I never would have got it. I also didn't audition for it. I was supposed to go in for Tiffany Haddish's role in Girls Trip, and we all know it can't nobody do that role but Tiffany. But I read the script, and y'all now know me, little baby Jesus. There's no way I could have played the role, and so I just kindly said, I don't think I'm the right one for this. And then I watch it blow up, and I see Tiffany's career. But that is one that I was supposed to go in for.
Yep.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a meeting with either Abbott Elementary or the Southern Pilot. I chose the pilot.
That went as well.
It did go, but it didn't get picked up.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a completely different show. But yeah,
it was
which role, Janelle?
I don't remember which role, but I
know which role I went in for.
Which one?
Janelle,
the principal.
Horrible.
Oh man,
but I didn't get
Janelle on that. But I can see
really
Kim being that principal too. But Janelle is incredible.
She really is.
I was doing too much.
What makes you horrible in an audition? Because you audition
being yourself.
So you know.
Don't study.
Oh, you didn't study. So you just
there was a lot going on, and the kid was running around. And this was at a time when the pandemic, it was on Zoom.
I hate those.
Very difficult. Man. I have gone through this industry by letting God just whatever happens. That's for me.
All right, we got more with Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley, and Yvette Nicole Brown when we come back. The new series, Act Your Age. We'll be back as The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hey, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Porsha Williams, our co-host, is here. And we're still kicking it with Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley, and Yvette Nicole Brown. Do y'all understand the impact that you guys have on culture? Do y'all ever sit back and say how great you were for us growing up and what you meant to us as kids and teens and growing up and just the things that we've seen in all the shows? Do y'all ever realize how big it was?
When you say you grew up with me, how old are you?
Exactly.
That sounds bad. because you look like you 56. So
What gave it away? Spray on big? What gave it away? Watch your mouth, bro. This is a tough spot. I'm trying to be sentimental. I grew up on you guys. How old are you? Jesus. Exactly.
Okay, I'm just playing. Go ahead. You cute and little.
I forget it now.
No,
I'm serious. But do y'all ever understand that?
No, because we're just trying to pay our bills and take care of our families. I think that was.
You don't think about it.
I think
we don't think about that.
For me, it was a concern because I started on Drake and Josh, which is a kid's show, and so I kind of feel like when you put yourself out there and say, "I am in front of the babies," you should live a life that if, as they watch you, you don't do anything that makes them feel crazy. So I try to make conscious decisions when I'm on camera. I get a little naughty in a voiceover. So if you see me in an animation, ain't no telling.
I got you.
But if you see my face, but Shape Island is really sweet. That's that's for the kids. But there's some stuff coming where it's going to be a little rough for the babies. But if you see my face, I want you to be able to go, "That's Helen," and not go, "What is Helen doing?" So I feel like as we hear this all the time from performers, well, I'm not a role model. You are, and you may not want to be. You may not like that you are, but when you put yourself in the public space and there's a spotlight on you and you're on a platform, people are paying attention to what you say and do. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you're fine with it. I care.
You hear that, Kim?
I want the babies. He got you 3 times. That's 3 for him today.
I was having a flashback. Does he understand? I was in my mind like, dang on, I was playing Sugar.
But this is the thing. Let me say this. Everybody got to know what their call is. What I've been called to do is different from what you've been called to do. And there's no judgment with what you do. Your path is your path. My path is my path. So I'm not sitting back going, everybody needs to do this. I'm saying this is what I'm supposed to do. And I take care of this.
Right.
And everybody else should take care of this. You know what I mean? And the world will be better if you just focus on you did this.
Right. But it is part of the culture. I think about my first movie next Friday. You think about things that we have done, because people do come up and they're like,
we didn't know
my
it was
gosh, I had no idea. I was like, I'm going to be with Mike Epps. I'm going to be with Cube. You're excited, but you don't realize, you're absolutely right, what it does with the culture and in life.
And like seeing people and he's excited, that's it. That's your legacy.
When you realize it. I think when I saw myself in the African American Smithsonian,
wow,
that was,
congratulations.
I literally
you just
cried.
Gonna throw that? You just gonna say that?
No.
That's a wonderful thing to share.
I'm on the Smithsonian somewhere. I wrote my name in the bathroom or something. I say the Smithsonian.
No, it really shocked me, and I literally cried because I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know that it was gonna be there.
I was thinking that when we came in and looking at this wall. Imagine coming in here and seeing your face on this wall. Like, that you, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm here. Right. I was here. Right. So it's that feeling. We all want that. And some people through their children, they have that. Some people through their work, they have it. And it's great that we get to leave a footprint. We were in this industry.
For me, it was always a grind. I was always on a grind. So I wasn't looking up. You know what I'm saying? I was running and I was concentrated on paying bills. I've been paying bills since I was 5 years old. So I was concentrating on helping family or helping myself and getting us into a better space. And just now I'm starting to, at the age that I am, really like look around as it's happening. I'm in the moment. Right. I'm present in it. But I wasn't before. And it was a friend of mine named Berkeley. And he had made me more conscious of living in the moment, because I would say random stuff like, oh yeah, when I made Thanksgiving dinner for Tupac, and he was like, you can't just say you made Thanksgiving dinner for Tupac. And I was like, oh, that's not like normal.
No,
it's not normal. Now I want to hear the story.
Yeah, I want to hear the story.
No, it was just like me, Dwayne, and he came over, and we all just had like.
Was that in New Jersey, LA, New York?
No, it was in LA. But long story short, like I was like, oh, I get it, because I worked with Pam Grier one time, and Pam Grier would throw out all these stories, and I would call them, now we call them PG, Pam Grier stories. And she was like, yeah, when I was in bed with Yoko and John and Richard Pryor, and we were making music all night. I was like, you can't just say you was just in the bed.
That sounds wild.
Making music.
But that's just her life, just like it's just your life.
Exactly. So now I was like, okay, I'll be more conscious of it. So now I'm in a place where this is actually happening. I'm with these amazingly talented friends that that I've admired and that I love.
But I want to know why Pac ain't had nowhere to go for Thanksgiving.
No,
how you end up with y'all?
You might got no.
It was a bunch of us. Like I used to have like really big parties. Now my parties are like 2-3 people.
Right.
But I used to have like a lot of. I used to cook a lot. I used to cook a lot, and so people would just come over.
Do you remember what you made?
That mac and cheese. What's up with that mac and cheese?
I cooked for like 30 people, every single time.
That's
so
something I've never heard. All the Pac stories you've heard, I've never heard. Damn, Tupac was at a Thanksgiving dinner. You never.
He eats Pac.
I know that, but you just never heard that.
Enjoy the meal.
I love that.
How did you and Sherry handle the Monique situation after y'all talked about the reading and she didn't like that? Did y'all reach out to her?
Like what I said was, I'm gonna be in St. Louis at the Grand Day.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
MetroTix.com.
But the truth is this: we love Monique, and when we were talking, this is just the truth. We're giving her flowers. That is the truth. She is an awesome actress. And in this movie, I was screaming. I was like, dang, we miss her. Like, miss her on screen. And that's the truth. We love her. She's funny. Me and her used to be best friends. And I can't say anything that sometimes
and we're not gonna say nothing bad about people.
Right,
these are our sisters.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
and I think, and it's the thing. I think that's the quick trigger, right? Where everybody just, would you hear what somebody? Listen to what they actually said, though. You know, and also, and if it came out wrong, because sometimes you misspeak, then appreciate the love. When the love is said, that's the truth.
And that's the truth.
We love I don't know any black actress in this industry that does not love and revere Monique. She is one of the best that we got.
Absolutely.
And so that is the truth. The little comments or stuff that came out wrong or whatever, we gonna have some grace and extend some grace and we gonna move on. But the truth, love her.
Yeah, all of us. The truth is that she is anything she's in.
She's great at.
I'm like, dang, if I got a little bit of that. She does. She puts it down, whatever the other.
And she looks out for people, too. I remember when I first got into business, I couldn't get arrested. Nobody would ever let me do talk shows. She had her talk show down in Atlanta, and she said, I want this girl to come. I want her to come. She had just won her Golden Globe, brought the Golden Globe out. She said, Yvette, hold this so you can feel what it's like when it's your turn. It ain't been my turn in a very long time ever, but she wanted me to see what it feels like. That is her heart. You know what I mean? That's the heart of Tisha. That's the heart of Kim. That's the heart of Sherry. That's what the truth is. So let's dig on down and get to what the meat of the bone is, and it's love and respect. All
right, well, don't move. We got more with Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley, and Yvette Nicole Brown. It's the Breakfast Club. Porsha Williams, our co-host, is here, and we're still kicking it with Tisha Campbell, Kim Whitley, and Yvette Nicole Brown. Charlamagne?
Is it hard being in this era where everything is so criticized and like the criticism comes immediately through social media?
Ooh, say that.
Yeah, I think it's a quick trigger. You know what I mean? I think there's not enough grace. I think you can give some people grace. People make mistakes sometimes. They misspeak. They go somewhere they didn't know was going to be happening, and just give. Because you got to imagine, what if it was me? What if I slipped up and did that or said that? And the thing is there an apology? If somebody messes up, do they feel bad about it? Do they come to you and say, I missed the mark? Because you want somebody to extend that grace to you when you miss the mark.
Right.
You know, now, if we talking about racism and we talking about MAGA and stuff like that, I'm throwing elbows. I'm sorry. But if it's simply a mistake between friends or someone that doesn't know you, they speak out of turn, I think it's important to extend a little grace.
You ever watch those old movies and say,
so give Kim grace.
Did it?
Say what now?
You ever watch those old movies? Like, I was watching Trading Places on a plane, right? Eddie Murphy.
My uncle was in that film.
And some of the words that they were saying, I was like, boy, would they get canceled now.
They can't say those words.
But look what they were doing in the 70s on Good Times and all those shows.
But that's a Kim question, because Kim is on stage saying, you know, they're comedians. So
I appreciate that. And matter of fact, I have a show in St. Louis at the Grand Day.
Oh my God.
March 10th. That's why
I'm trying to get them tickets.
Get your tickets at MetroTix.com. St. Louis. That's right. Grand deal.
Now, can you answer the damn question?
First of all, I don't know if you can cuss on the radio.
You can.
So look here, let me tell you about my ass. No, you know what it is about this show? That's the great thing about Actor that we said it is a go back, a flashback to the old sitcom times, because we take chances on this show.
Yes, we do.
We say things that,
and that's what makes it current,
right? That we take it to the edge, because that's what's missing in comedy
right now.
You remember the old sitcom? They would say anything. The Jeffersons. What? Oh my goodness! All in the family.
I mean, Kim is masturbating in the second episode.
I am.
What?
The character is.
Yeah.
The character.
Her character.
Was that on camera or off camera? Did y'all saw me? I didn't know y'all saw me in my dressing room. So it does. So now, for real comedy, you got to live in truth. You got to be able to say it, and that's what's even missing. Except for like David Chappelle and certain comics, you have to be able. Funny is when you say what other people are thinking.
That's right.
And you got to be smart about it too. Like you got to
like
really.
I just said, and y'all caught me. See, but let me tell you something. 10 years ago, y'all wouldn't have said that. You'd have been like, that's hilarious. You're so crazy. But we're so nervous because y'all looking out for me. You're like, Kim, don't say that. You better not say that.
Because we know what you meant when you said it.
Right. We
just know
what
how people
she
going to take it out of context.
How people going to take it. That is the truth.
And that'll be the headliner. We trying to make the headline Act Your Age.
But that's what we're talking about. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So in Act Your Age, Allison Faust really lets us go there. And we go there and we all like, ooh, is this going to be? And standards and practice, they allow us to go. So, big ups to Bounce and Scripps and MGM, all of them that really say, let the girls go. Right. It's funny.
And
we talk about
Allison
real life.
to create that too.
But I appreciate that because that is the truth. Right?
Absolutely.
So, and that's what the podcast, Two Funny Mamas, is all about. Please subscribe.
I mean, if you talk about me putting out another, I mean, you plug.
Can I talk about Shape Island?
She know what she's supposed to do. She know what she's supposed to do.
I mean,
and my cancer man
can I pitch my tooth couple of So besides Act Your Age, I have two amazing animated shows. I have My Dad the Bounty Hunter. It's a black family in space on Netflix. It's Laz Alonso and Yvonne Orji and two amazing kids. It's amazing. You start watching, you're going to binge the whole thing. That's My Dad the Bounty Hunter. And then Shape Island, you mentioned earlier. It's a great show for young people, but not just for young kids. And it's a circle, a square, and a triangle on an island, and they have a lot of differences, and they have to learn to live together. And if we do that more in the world, we'll be great. So that's Shape Island on Apple TV Plus as well. And That's Your Age on Bounce.
Tisha, you got Uncoupled. That got
back.
They got renewed. Showtime's picking it up, right?
Showtime is picking it up. I'm really. It was such a dope show. You know what I'm saying? And I was hoping that this particular show could do a smidgen of what Pose did. Like really affect everybody and make the norm. And in places in the Midwest or in this Bible Belt, we were hoping that we could affect people and people would like it.
And the hope is still there.
And the hope is still there. So we're
shooting in New York.
Yeah,
she's gonna be in these streets, New York,
with y'all.
Right.
That's right. I need to ask.
I got it. One more thing.
Oh, another one.
I got another show coming out. I think it's today on Hulu with Wanda Sykes called History of the World.
What about Kim on Audible? What about Kim?
That's right. I do have my
sitcom podcast
that she never asked
Kim on Audible. She showed an answer.
It was in the top 10.
Oh my life! I got it.
Let me tell you about these shoes I got.
I need to ask one last question, especially for you being from Newark. So, were you guys, quote unquote, corny growing up being in the arts? This question, of course, comes from Michael B. Jordan, where they said he was corny growing up. You're from Newark, so you know the area.
First,
and Yvette already had something to say about that. I saw you just on social media.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Listen, bullies bother me. People that just go out of their way to make people feel small. And this is the thing. I remember when Tabitha Brown said this phrase, and this is really universal when it comes to bullies. What pain you must be in to wake up on a day and go, I'm gonna find something and teach. I don't like. Well, you gonna hate Fedora. You know what I mean? Like, why do you have to hate Fedora?
She was waiting for that one. She was waiting for that T-shirt. She was waiting for that one. Waiting for that one all morning long.
Your hair looks good, though, man.
Girl, I would have pulled that out when the wig would have came with it.
But the idea that people go out of their way to find something that they think will really harm somebody and drill in. And I didn't mind what Michael did on that carpet. People were like, well, she was unkind to him years ago, and she thought she was going to roll up now that he didn't made it. No, babe, I see you. And he wasn't rude. He was just like, I see you. And I remember you used to call me corny, right? So why you got the mic in my face? That's even harder than what he said. And I think that sometimes you got to snatch a wig and be like, listen, we trying to do this right, but let me tell you when you missed the mark. Because again, it's not about just forgiving and everybody. Sometimes you got to tell somebody, I don't appreciate that.
I feel like now that I'm older, my haters were my motivators. I look back on the people that said things to me, and I remember saying, that's me. I'm going to show you. If I didn't have them,
same thing.
I might not have had that fuel.
Oh, me and you the same.
But I took that fuel, and it's so funny. I remember, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there.
Here we go.
Truthfully, honestly speaking.
Let me just go on and tell the truth.
Because I never said this out loud. But and this wasn't a hater, but me and Gerald LeBert, of course, were very good friends and close. And I remember on my journey to Hollywood, I was like, like, oh my God, I'm going to do this and that. And Gerald brought me out to Hollywood, and I went to Soul Train with him, and that's when I got to meet the people at 227, and everything happened. And I remember Gerald looked at me, and he was like, he said, you know, there can only be one star in this family. I was like, oh, I can't do what I need to do. But what it did for me was say, oh, okay. No, I'm going to show you. Which might, if you wanted to be with a man, maybe I should have been like, okay, I'll be a wife. But it fueled me. And I was like, okay, so it's going to be like that. I was like, you watch, I can do this.
Yeah.
He didn't understand because I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
He didn't see the potential in me. But as my star rose, we got close, and he was like, okay, I see you. I see you. Wow. And we started doing things together. And really, he said, I didn't know that you can actually do this. I didn't see it in you. That's so cool. That's when I say that kind of thing. When the people say stuff like that. Not that he was a hater. He just was like, hey.
He didn't see it.
Right.
He didn't see you.
I'm telling a lot on this show.
No, you can stop yourself at any time.
This is the thing. So at your age comes out on Saturday.
Absolutely.
And we got to get Kim up here by herself so nobody stops the Gerald Levert story. Because I got to hit
That's what you trying to do. Don't you come here without somebody helping you. He gonna get you.
Tisha Campbell, Yvette Nicole Brown, Kim Whitley.
Thanks, guys.
Make sure you check out At Your Age on Bounce TV. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hey.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our co-host Porsha Williams here.
Porsha.
Hey.
We're about to get to the rumors. Give us a little tease.
Yeah, let's get on in here. So, yes, I'm doing a rumors report, and nothing is left out. So, you guys were headlines over the weekend. Y'all know that? Was y'all buzzing? Was your ear buzzing? Well, you were. Apparently.
Wait, we got to play a sweeper.
Hold on.
This is the rumor report.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatting.
Sometimes you say stuff, and it's just gonna get you in trouble.
On the Breakfast Club.
Whatever. She don't know my business. I know hers. All right, so like I was saying, you guys were in the headlines all weekend, and it's only right if I'm doing the rumor report that we talk about this story. It's the top story. It's trending right now. So anyway, you guys, your former co-host Angela Yee was on Tamron Hall show. All right, that's not an easy show to be on. She was sitting up there and she got grilled, and they talked about Tamron asked her about being the lone woman on the show, basically her being the only female representation on this show. Anyway, here's the audio so y'all can hear again what she said.
We're all individuals, but sometimes it's hard for people to separate that.
I want to go back to the woman part of it, because you did hit on something. Because you were the lone woman on this show with a lot of bravado, with a lot of edge, disruptive, and that's why millions of people love the show. It seemed to me that people were always riding you.
Yeah, and I was the only woman who worked there too. I mean, when it came to producers, camera people, and it wasn't an easy room for me to be in.
I didn't know that. Did you find yourself fighting for respect from the co-hosts, who I know respect you? But when you're the only woman in the room, and which blew me away just now, you're saying even in the production part of it.
Yeah.
You're there.
It was a lot.
Cat!
Okay, so, let me say this. From the moment I got here today, my experience has not been that there's no women. I've only seen women. It's like I seen y'all sitting here right now, but the
Are you calling us women? No.
A little bit, a little. But no, I've seen a lot of women here. I don't know what her experiences was back then, but I've seen a lot of women. What do y'all say about this? What she had to say?
Well, I will say this. What she said wasn't true. I can't tell her how she can feel about being on the show. Because on the show, yeah, she's correct. It's me, Charlamagne, and herself. So, yeah, she was the only woman in the room. But when it came to producers, there were so many different women that worked up here and that continue to work up here. So I didn't like that, the way that they put that the Breakfast Club doesn't have women here or doesn't respect women's views, because that's not true. I mean, Taylor's been here for, how long has Taylor been here? 6-7 years. She's been a producer here for 6-7 years. Who's the person that actually cuts all these clips? She's cut these clips today. She's cut them for years. She's cut them for years. Sasha
Taylor to her. That new intro was fire today.
Sasha was here before Taylor. There's a bunch of women that's been working here. I did speak to Yee last night. Me and Yee got on the phone last night, and she understood what I was saying when she said that she meant in the room, meaning the people that actually worked in the room. But that's not what that clip said, and that's not how it went out. And that's what I was upset about, because there's other people that worked here that do a lot for the show.
Yeah.
The first person you talk to every morning is who?
Right.
Samantha.
Yeah, it was a woman. But
Sydney, who's here right now, is does digital. There's women that work here and continue to work here that continue to push me and Charlamagne to the next level. And I just took it as I didn't want to diminish that. And Charlamagne and I always talk about how important having women in our lives, especially black women in our lives. Charlamagne talks about his wife is the CEO of his house. I talk about my wife is the CEO of my house. So I just took that as a way. But we spoke yesterday, and she's gonna I guess clear it up on her show today of what she meant. But I just didn't want to diminish or take away from what these strong black women do for our show.
Yeah,
that's my point.
I agree, Shara. What you gonna say? What you want to say?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Well, let me say something else.
Okay.
So I've been on a TV show, worked with radio hosts. Most of them were men. We had Brad, beautiful woman, on the show as well. What I took from what Angela was saying was that on the radio, when the mics turn on, she's the only female in the room of you men.
That's facts.
Okay, facts. But the other part is where I would have taken offense if I were you guys, is for her to say that she didn't have anybody who she could go to as support. Because yes, at the end of the day, whatever you all used to say on these mics, you're responsible for it regardless. Correct. Individually, whether it's a woman in a room who felt like she should have had her back or not, either way, she has to take responsibility for what she has said and not said in any moment on the show.
Right.
But for her to say that there were no women, of course I know she didn't mean literally no women. You took it like that because you were pissed off. But she didn't mean literally no women on the show. What she meant was she didn't feel support. What I have felt since I've been here and from the black women who I've seen here was nothing but support. Each story that I've been given is said, if you want to mention this, if you want to talk about that, do you feel comfortable with this? And I don't think that that's something new, but I think that when we talk about women being in the room, powerful women having a seat at the table, you have to talk about what that means to the people in the front.
Right.
The people in the front, those are our back people. Those are people who hold us up. So I think that's where she let down the entire Breakfast Club. And that's where, if she probably had a chance, instead of talking to Tamron, she would have been able to expound on that. But when you have someone like a Tamron talking to you and she's giving you accolades and she's, raising you up to do nothing but set you up to say something that's going to be catchy and she can look like a journalist, then that's where you find Angela in this place, trending for the wrong thing.
What you said just now is interesting, Porsha, because I feel like Tamron Hall and her producers got together at some point and said, look, Wendy Williams is leaving, so somebody on daytime TV has to be messy. Because it feels like Tamron has been being messy on that show lately. Is it just me?
Hidden mess. Okay. It's a hidden mess. I went on Tamron's show and I was so excited. Okay. I mean, she's a beautiful black woman. She's, branched off, got her own show.
Absolutely.
I did not necessarily feel supported on her show.
Really?
Did I expect her to agree with everything? I was promoting my book, The Pursuit of Porsha. I didn't expect her to agree with everything. But there was a turn where it turned from just her asking questions about the book to her kind of almost attacking me, almost making me feel like I had to justify anything that I had going on, and it just didn't feel good.
Right. Did you feel that way too, Envy?
Did you feel?
Yeah. Me and my wife went on there, and it was a situation. If you picked up my book, I talk about my life and how I was, and the reason we wrote this book is to try to help other brothers and help other couples. Right. And I talk about how insecure I was as a young person. Me and my wife been together since 15 and 16, and how I was, and how I treated her, and how I changed how I didn't know. And I think there was an incident that happened with her sister, and she was like, well, my sister was this and my sister was that. And it got to the point where I couldn't come back to that. But thank God my wife was there, and my wife was like, no, what happened with your sister and our relationship is totally different.
Right.
My husband has never threatened me with a gun or tried to kill me or any of those things. I can't remember, but of course they took that out. But I felt that too. But I will say this. Shout to Thea Mitchum, who is our boss, who is a black woman. Yesterday she got me and Angela on the phone, and we got a chance to have that conversation, and I'm glad we did, and hopefully they could she'll say what she wants and clear it up a little bit, because there's a lot of women that feel funny that work up here because they feel like they were looked over.
Right.
So and she said she agrees, so she's gonna talk about that today on her show.
Well, that's good.
Right.
I've always felt undervalued here as a woman.
Are we now changing your identity?
Yes.
Oh.
So now you identify as what?
Yes.
A yes?
Oh, he added a couple S's. He is definitely a woman now. Say yes.
Identifying as a yes.
Yes. All right.
Now I feel supported. There's another woman on the mic. Charlamagne.
Charlamagne.
Welcome.
Who you giving your dog it to, Charlamagne.
For after the hour, let's talk to a man who should have been told no 7 times, okay? It's a man out there with 7 kids and 7 baby mamas, and he said it's all the baby mama's fault. We'll discuss.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Porsha Williams is here.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
The Voice returns with a season so amazing it gets a 4-chair turn. 1. Blake Shelton's final season. 2. The return of Kelly Clarkson. 3 and 4 new coaches, Chance the Rapper and Niall Horn. The Voice returns Monday and Tuesday on NBC.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day. I ain't trying to be Donkey of the Day no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard.
Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Wow, just hilarious. Donkey of the Day for Monday, March 6th goes to a man with 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, I try not to pay attention to these people. You know what I'm saying? I see these people telling these outlandish stories on YouTube and TikTok because nowadays folks is saying and doing anything to get some attention, and being that we live in a world where nobody cares about the truth, if the lie is more entertaining, folks just be getting online telling these outlandish stories just to get some clicks and subscribers. Now, I don't know if this story is real, but the idea is, and that's what I like to discuss and critique, the idea. Okay, the idea that digital D-heads like this young man put on the FBI's internet. Now, as I told you, this man got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas, but he don't take care of none of them. Okay, not a one. Why? Because he said he told those young ladies from the beginning that he don't want them. Now, let's go to the FBI's main source for Exhibit A's YouTube to hear this young man speak.
Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's going to have to carry a baby for 9 months.
Jesus.
It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with.
True. Porsha, you just said earlier that women need to watch who they sleep with.
I mean, damn. I just digested how savage this man is. Listen. I mean, okay, let's be real.
Man.
He's not the first man to tell somebody to take a plan B. He's not the first man to say he don't want a child.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, that's why we got child support. You still got to pay for this child. He need to be telling this story in jail, right around the lunch table.
Jesus.
Yes, he does. Because just because you decide to say you don't want to pay for the child don't mean that you shouldn't have to.
I feel that proper poom management is essential for a healthier life. I feel this man is out here passing along sexually transmitted demons, okay, to whoever wants them. And yes, this man is a demon, and they should change that purple smiling face emoji with horns to his face because this is true demon time. And I really wish this young man would have made this video after baby mama number 1. Because if he would have made this video after baby mama number 1, then he would have never gotten the 7 baby mamas. And if he did, then every single one of them deserved the baby father they got. Because when a deadbeat tells you who they are, believe them. And it does amaze me that this young man is putting the responsibility not to get pregnant solely on the woman. Yeah, can I hear more of this guy?
Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body.
Damn.
And they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice. But I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this and be like, black man this, black man that, I don't give a
I could have sworn he was going to say, she say her body, her baby. Because that's how he feel. He's done.
I wish you could have saw your face when he said, these girls give me their body for the bare minimum.
Like, what? What?
Oh, man.
This guy is disgusting. Like, one thing I can say about Nick Cannon, this man having a baby. Wait a minute, we on the subject of multiple babies and multiple mamas. We got to bring him up. Don't act like y'all didn't think the story was his name at first.
You know.
But anyway, at least he take care of his kids.
That is true.
He actually wants to populate. I don't know if this man went to school. Does he know what biology is? When you put the vagina and the penis together, they can make a baby?
That's right.
That's how it works.
You know what I wish? I wish that along with these babies that he didn't want, he would have got an STD he didn't want. You know what I'm saying?
How you know he don't?
That is very true. But I feel like if he was getting multiple STDs, he wouldn't be moving like this. And that's the thing brothers and sisters don't understand when y'all out here, raw dogging randoms, okay? Doing the DNA dance with any and everybody. You're absolutely increasing your chances of catching gonorrhea herpes AIDS, okay? Gonorrhea herpes AIDS is what irresponsible brothers should get. And I wish it was one way gonorrhea herpes AIDS, okay? Because, I don't want the woman to get it. Because it's one thing if he was telling these women his intentions before he slept with them, but he's not. He's telling them after the fact, after they have been manipulated to sleep with him. I don't respect it because you're not giving these women
He said
a
he
choice.
did, Shar. That's what he's saying.
After the fact, though.
Oh, he did. No, I thought he said
After
he
he
told
get him
him
pregnant.
before. No, he said, listen, I'm going to have sex with you. And if you get pregnant, I don't want it.
Oh, I ain't hear that
He didn't
part.
say that.
No, I thought he said after they have the baby.
Oh.
See, I would respect it if he did it beforehand.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man.
No, he actually said he'd tell you after you need to take a plan B.
Oh, after he done, but either way, he done manipulated.
When you feel that drip, you know what's finna go down. Your ass need to go take a plan B.
Please give this man with seven baby mamas and 7 kids the biggest EO.
Now, I didn't hear the whole donkey. You gonna play a game?
I'm not playing a game. I don't feel like playing a game.
Don't want to play a game?
Mm-mm. Don't want to play a game. Nope.
You don't want to play a game?
Nope. Don't want to play a game.
Sound white to me. I'm just get curious.
Oh, okay.
What's his race?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know it doesn't matter what his race is. He's disgusting.
Okay.
This is terrible human behavior.
He's black.
Wow, Porsha.
Oh, yeah. I saw it. I saw him online.
And he's actually not black.
What
he is black.
He's nigga.
My goodness. All right, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Let's take this man to Breakfast Club Court.
Yes.
Play my theme music. All right, now this black individual said he does not want to have babies with these women, but these women wanted to have the baby. Should he be responsible for these kids?
He said it's the woman's fault because the woman don't make him wear a condom.
That is right. That's what he said. Do you believe him? Do you agree? Should he be off the case because he said, look, I don't want no babies. I don't want no kids. I'm not raising no kids. I'm not paying for no kids.
He's telling them after he done shot the club up, though. You got to say that before you even get in the bed with the woman.
The man got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. You don't think they know that already?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know the location of these kids.
Or 800-585-1051. Is he foul? Is he disgusting? He should have to pay for all these kids. He should have to go to jail. That's what we're asking right now. 800-585-1051. We'll take your calls when we come back. And Porsha Williams, our co-host, is here. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got our co-host Porsha Williams joining us today.
Hey.
Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
Oh, man, Donkey today went to this guy on YouTube who said he got 7 baby mamas, 7 kids that he don't take care of. And he said it's not his fault because he told all of these women he did not want to be a baby daddy.
All right, so we're taking him to Breakfast Club Court. 800-585-1051. So we're asking, is this gentleman right? He said, look, I got 7 babies. I got 7 baby mamas. I don't want kids. I told them I don't want them. I'm not taking care of them. They should have got a plan B on abortion. I would have paid for it. Is he right, or is he disgusting, dirty, dirt diggler, and should have to pay for all of these babies?
Judge Porsha?
Guilty. A dirty dog.
But he did say he didn't want no babies.
I don't care what he said. Tell every man who's sitting in jail right now for not paying child support the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think he's giving these women a layered choice. Like if you're not telling these women beforehand, you know what I'm saying? If you ducking, and not letting them know.
What is Darkwing ducking?
Yeah, what is that?
What is Darkwing ducking?
Yeah, what is that?
Darkwing ducking in the front fart box. You never heard of that?
Who said it's a front fart box?
Yeah, what's the front part box?
We got one part box.
What are you talking about?
The front part box. But all I'm saying is if he's not telling these women beforehand, like I'm talking about before you
don't
sleep
have
with
but
them or
see,
anything.
You don't have, but that's what you're missing. You do not have to tell me you don't want kids. You can get that vibe from a guy before you lay down with him.
Really?
Yeah, yes, period.
What's the
You
vibe?
should be just laying with people for no reason. You should be laying with people because you want to be with them,
Yeah.
you want a child, you want to get married, something.
So is that a conversation you have with a guy? You should. I feel like that's responsible
Absolutely.
poom management. Letting the brother know your intentions.
That's what you should do.
He should have got a vasectomy. He should have just cut his
old
stuff
enough
off.
to be dating with intention, but
Yes.
he's not.
Yes.
See, I date with intention. When I
What?
get with
Still?
you, yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Hallelujah. Let's keep going.
Let's get to the phone line. Candace, good morning, Candace.
Good morning. How are you guys?
I'm good. What's your thoughts?
Okay, my thought is basically I kind of had to agree with Duke because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If he's direct, and this is only if he's actually telling these females this before he sleeps with them. And they still decide to have a baby with this dude, or not have a baby, but, you know what I mean, still allow this dude to ejaculate inside of them, that's their fault. They both dumb as hell at the end of the day because, you know what I mean, why would you allow, just like he said, why as a female would you allow access to your body and you got some idiot that's basically stating to you that if you get pregnant, I don't want nothing to do with the baby. So at that point, what point in your life do you say, what the hell am I doing? Why am I even allowing this dude access to my body? MF, get the hell up out of my house, wherever y'all at, and get the stepping because you're not going to invade my body.
How many baby daddies you got, Mama?
This has happened to you.
And I'm getting ready. Let me just say this really quick. I have 2 prior, and I have my husband that we have 3. But let me tell you this: that I was actually in this situation. I actually just unfortunately buried my son. That we lost to gun violence, that I was in this situation with his biological father. And he told me that he did not want to have a baby, and I ended up getting pregnant. But at the end of the day, I kept my son, which I'm happy that I kept my son. I said, but at the end of the day, I didn't ask him for no child support because you know why? Because it was both our decisions to lay down. It was both our decisions, you know, at that end of the day, to give our bodies to each other. So I know how he felt. I had the baby, but I take care of it and took care of it until the day that he took his last breath. So that's why I feel the way that I do.
Well, condolences to you, Mama, on the loss of your son.
I think
Thank
we're
you for
forgetting
calling.
about the
Thank
kids.
Jesus.
Y'all forgetting about the kids?
They're definitely forgetting about the
We're
kids.
forgetting about the kids. Because, listen, I'm not saying that. First of all, I can't even let come out of my mouth that I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
But if he did say, yes, the girl shouldn't have done it, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, both of them made a child.
Correct.
That child has to be taken care of. That child needs a father. So that's my problem with him.
Yeah, he's out here creating a
That's
bunch
why
of
I'm
broken
mad.
homes. You know what I'm saying? All these kids will be out here with no father, and not to mention when they get older, they got to watch his dumb ass on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Talking about not wanting them.
Yeah, but you know, see, the whole thing is stupid. We'll take some more calls, 800-585-1051. But if he said, I'm about to have sex with you, if you get pregnant, I don't want these kids. I'm not going to be a father.
That don't sound like
That's
what
even
he's
a
saying.
turn off. That's even a turn off. Who gonna open their legs for that?
You never know. But I feel like he's not saying it. I feel like he's saying it after the fact. After he done shot the club up, he's like, you know, I ain't taking care of the baby now. You better get a plan B.
Well, he wouldn't have told me to take plan B. I'd go take a damn plan B.
Damn.
Whenever I go visit him, I'd go stop at the store and I get it.
You would go back after he did that to you?
He must be laying down something serious. If you're going to look me in my eye and tell me that I'm on my damn own, you putting down something serious. And this work might be worth stopping at the store getting a plan B.
Jesus. 800-585-1051. What are your thoughts? Porsha Williams is here. She's our co-host of The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Porsha Williams is here, our co-host. Now, we are talking about this guy that Charlamagne gave Donkey of the Day.
Yes, he got 7 kids by 7 different baby mamas. He says he's not responsible for none of the kids because he told all the baby mamas that he wasn't going to be there for them kids any goddamn way.
All right. So we're asking, what are your thoughts? Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Good morning. Where you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from North Carolina.
All right. What's your thoughts, Nicole?
I think really that it may be a little bit on the women, just because if somebody being honest with you and telling you they don't want a father, you need to listen to what they're saying, especially if he's willing to pay for an abortion. Go for it, and if you want to keep the child, be prepared to be by yourself and a single parent. But I do think he needs a vasectomy because that's just ridiculous.
All right. Thank you, Mama. Hello, who's this?
Turner.
Turner, what up, brother?
What up with you, Ivy?
What's going on? What's your thoughts, bro?
Okay, so my situation with this man, again, he's trifling what he's saying and everything. But it's like, see, I'm a father of 6 kids. I got 3 sons with 1 woman, and I got 3 daughters with 1 woman. The 3 daughters, their mother decided 5 years ago not to let me see them anymore. And my thing is, I say this all the time, if a man say what that man said, he's considered trifling. He's unruly. He's a piece of crap. But if a woman use kids as pawns and for payday and manipulate the court system, it's okay. Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody ever talks about how did that man get to that point or anything. Nobody talks about that type of stuff. Like, I fight with demons every day because I'm not a deadbeat. I take good care of my 3 sons. But I've been in court for 9 months just to be a dad to my daughters.
Man.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Well, this sounds like a situation where, he should have been cautious about who he decided to procreate with, right?
No, not necessarily. Because people be having mental issues. These women, when you are pregnant, things change. Like chemicals in your bodies change. You can develop mental issues, like postpartum depression can turn into some type of other anxiety. And so it's just difficult. So I think it's unfortunate in those situations for the mother, the kids, and him. But I hate that he's not able to see his kids.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, good morning. It's Jessica from Harrisburg.
Hey, Jessica from PA.
Hi.
Talk to us.
Hello. Well, first of all, I just want to say, Porsha, I love you.
I love you.
Well, I want to say that he should absolutely be responsible. Like, why not get a vasectomy?
I said the same
thing.
thing.
One, if you're gonna be, this ridiculous.
He said he just found out about those. He said when he put the first video out, he said he just found out what a vasectomy was. Did he just say that?
I believe him.
He did say that.
I believe that.
Well, yeah, I believe that too. Then you just really that dumb. But also, I wanted to just say, Porsha, when you had said about the whole child support, and you have made a comment about that, I think that that's a load of shit because I have, for example, I'm just using my situation. I have a 2-year-old, and her father just left state. He has a warrant out. I'm owed over $10,000, and they don't do anything. Like, he's on social media, living his best life. I maybe received a total of 4 payments ever, and they don't do anything to help me. Like, there's nothing I can do. Nobody helps me. He lives in another state, and anytime I call Pennsylvania domestic, they just tell me there's nothing that can be done. He has a warrant, and that's it.
Yeah. Some states are like that.
He lives in another state. So at this point, it is what it is. But for this man to have 7 children for 7 baby moms and child support, maybe different states, I don't know if it's going to be better for them. I hope so. I hope their situation is much better than mine. But he should absolutely be held responsible. And hopefully nobody else has any more children by him.
That's what's going to hurt him when he get put on that damn child support.
I thought we couldn't say shit on the show. Didn't you just say it was a load of shit? What I said?
You can't say that. We're going to bleep it. We're going to bleep it. Yeah, we're going to bleep it.
The guy said it again about 3 more times.
What's the moral of the story? What's the moral of the story, Porsha?
The moral of the story is this. Yes, it's hard to get child support. I ain't gonna speak from my situation, but no, it is very hard to get child support from anybody. So you do have to be smart with who you lay down with. And if you lay down with somebody who thinks like this, period, then you deserve what you get. But the most unfortunate part is that baby, that child, right. Even beyond child support, even beyond that, the fact that this child got to grow up and not have a father figure and know that he has siblings that he probably won't never meet, it's just sad. And I feel like when a man like this is running around putting this online, I'm glad he put it online because he'll never have any more kids. It's going to stop at 7.
Nah,
Who the hell going to lay with him now?
Right. Nah, he's definitely the face of team generational trauma right now. He's just running around here creating a bunch of broken homes.
Absolutely.
So baby mama number 8, don't you ever be that because you will be donkey of the day.
All right.
Okay.
Now we got rumors on the way. What we talking about when we come back?
All right. So we got to talk about my good sis, Drew Sidora. Unfortunately, she's going through a divorce, and it might be featured on Housewives.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll find out if you miss Housewives. I wanted to know that. Do you miss it?
I ain't say that's what we was talking about next. That's not on my
Who said that? Who said that?
Who said that?
All right. We'll get to it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Our co-host Porsha Williams is here.
What up?
And let's get right to the rumors.
This is the Rumor Report.
Call out a name or you gossiping or you chatting.
Sometimes you say stuff and it's just gonna get you in trouble.
On the Breakfast Club.
Whatever. She don't know my business. I know hers. So this story is very unfortunate. One woman reported dead after a stampede at Gorillaz concert in Rochester. Have you heard about that?
Yeah. Very sad.
So 9 people were trampled at Gorilla and Finesse 2 Times concert in Rochester, New York, Sunday night. Now, the stampede started because a lot of people were saying that they heard gunshots. Now, when the first responders arrived to the scene, there were multiple people who were injured. However, after doing an investigation, they found that there were no gunshots. So I don't know what was making that noise.
But a car backfired or something?
Maybe somebody just making it sound like a gunshot to start the stampede. Now, almost after the incident, Gorilla tweeted, "I'm just now hearing about what happened. WTF, praying everybody is okay." Now, according to an updated report, News 10 NBC, a 33-year-old female died from her injuries.
No. Damn.
Yeah, someone actually died.
God
2
bless her,
victims who were also taken via ambulance to Strong Memorial Hospital after the incident remain in critical, life-threatening condition. And there were some 6 other people who were transported by private vehicle to local hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries, y'all.
Condolences to anybody that and damn.
Absolutely.
It's so sad, especially because when you go to those concerts, right, you expect to be safe, right? There's security, they wand you down, you go through the metal detectors, and then one thing could be a shift and everybody's running out, and it's just very sad, man.
Do you think that some of these venues have too much people?
They do.
Meaning that like there's certain things that there's certain events that just shouldn't have that many people. Like you shouldn't have that many people in one place at one time.
Well, to the front, because I remember when I went to Coachella, I was in the middle of a mosh pit. I had no idea what a mosh pit was. I was in the middle. I got injured. Like the whole back of my foot was like bleeding.
Wow.
And if it would have kept going, if I didn't get out, I'd have made it out with no wig. My girlfriend made it out with no shirt on. I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying we almost died. So yeah, it can be very dangerous. But condolences.
You can't stop it though, because think about football games. I mean, you got 30, 40, 50,000 people. You know, baseball games, concerts, like you said, these festivals. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you would hope that people have, be human. Like you see somebody on the floor, pick them up.
By the way, there's nothing that you can actually do to keep people safe in these situations. The only thing that can keep people safe is other people.
Right.
That's
but
my
they're
point.
high.
That's
But
my
they're
point.
high.
It's literally all about human behavior.
That's my point.
That's it.
They're on drugs, though. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I guess I should have known, because at Coachella, they were like zombies. They didn't even know they were stepping on me. They didn't even know.
Were they pulling on your wig? Like, why'd you say you were going to lose your wig?
Man.
Oh, well, the wig had to come off because I just had to make it through the crowd. So somebody yanked it, and you're not about to yank my $1,200 wig.
Yeah.
I went on, took it off, and put it in my shirt.
Okay.
And then by the time the security pulled us over the fence, my girlfriend had no shirt. I looked back, she was holding her breast. Yeah.
Damn.
But we made it out alive, So.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep going. So. Again, I was telling y'all earlier about my good sis, Drew Sidora. She is unfortunately going through a divorce, which is just terrible. And being on a reality show, you would, think whether it's going to be featured on there or not. Well, apparently they have stopped filming season 15, but they are actually bringing cameras back to capture the story.
Wow.
And this is very different. I've never really heard of them coming back so soon after they wrap.
They got to pay you for that, though, right?
Oh, well, of course.
Okay. So she has to agree on it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
What city is this? It's
Atlanta.
It's Atlanta?
Yeah, this is Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta Real Housewives of Atlanta. So yeah, TMZ is reporting that they are going to be filming her. Now, her soon-to-be ex-husband, Ralph Pittman, will not be filming right now. In my experience, the ex-husbands always come back and film. So he will be coming back, I'm sure, eventually. Okay.
And do they pay the ex-husband, the husband separately?
When they come back like that, I can't say for sure, but I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Unless they just really coming back to just be petty.
Gotcha.
But you know what? For me, it doesn't surprise me that Drew is going to be open with the story because she's always been transparent. on this show, you know, you got people with fake storylines and all kind of stuff. She's been one to me to just really be honest. And for us to know about her husband going to Tampa, you know, at one time and all this stuff, which she, I think, addressed in the divorce document. She filed first, right? But it got reported he filed. Apparently, she's the one who filed first. And then when she saw that he filed, she went back and stated that he actually had done some mental abuse possibly and some allegedly cheating happened in the marriage.
How do you know when somebody's got a fake storyline?
Well, for one, I know that they don't have nothing else going on. So, like, all of a sudden when the cameras come on, you have, like, all this stuff going on and it's just not genuine.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I gave birth on the TV. I had a divorce on TV. I had, you know, broke an engagement on TV. So, for me, it's not just about the money. It's about people who are invested in me and who I am and them being on that journey.
But that's probably because your story is authentic. Like, have you seen anybody with a fake storyline, like, pop off?
What you mean pop off?
Like blow up, like do well, like become, they still on
the show right now. Yes,
Who?
That's pretty much what's left.
I don't watch it, so I don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, there are people who will add to their story. Like, you know, if they don't got a man, they'll go get a man and just bring him on the show. You know what I'm saying? And they just, I don't know, they do those things. You know who has real things because you connect to it when you see it. It's like you can feel it. Some people cry on camera and it's like, okay, let me fast forward. Some people it's like, damn, you almost shed a tear with them.
Yeah, I got you.
And I feel like with this situation with Drew, I love her so much. She's such a strong woman. She's got kids. I think that, you know, she's going to be good after this. I just hate that she has to go through a divorce. A divorce is like a death.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't care if you don't like that man no more. I don't care how he disrespected you. Divorcing someone is going to feel like a loss, a true loss, almost like a death in your life. So I'm praying for her. I'm praying for the family, praying for the kids, praying for Ralph. It's going to be difficult.
Damn.
Yep. So anyway, let's get to what you wanted to talk about.
What I wanted to talk about?
I heard you talk about Young Miami. Okay. Well, hello, fine ass.
I love Young Miami.
I mean too.
And JT. I'm a city girl.
Yes. Oh, you done proclaimed that 3 times today. We're going to the club tonight. Okay. I ain't think I had no girlfriends here. I got one right here in you.
There you go.
Right here in you. All right. So Young Miami explains that she doesn't want to get married. Yeah, not want to get married. She went on Instagram Live to let people know that she ain't really into it no more. Essentially, she said that she doesn't want to get married because men cheat, okay? And I know, shocking. And she said that if she gets married and her husband cheats, she gonna kill him. He's dead. She's gonna kill him dead. Here's the audio.
No, I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married because I feel like men are not faithful, and if I get married, that means I'm giving my life away to you. So that means like I want to be with you for the rest of my life. And if I take everything personal, that's for one. So if I'm with you and you step out on me and you know, like I'm never going to forgive you. I'm not going to forgive you. I would never forget. And I just feel like if my husband cheat on me, I'm going to kill him. Like, I'm going to bury you. For real. Because, like, now you embarrass me. I'm hurt. I'm never going to get over it. And, like, now I can never look at you the same. So,
that's crazy, Young Miami doing all that interracial dating. Because black men don't cheat. So it's kind of wild.
Wait, what?
Black men don't cheat. So it's all that interracial dating, you know, she getting cheated on.
Yeah.
That's clearly what
Puffy
it is.
is very much black. She has had a very public, open relationship. Big on the open part with Diddy, and it is what it is. Now, she did tweet that she is not sharing her next ninja.
Damn.
That's what she said.
So what is faithful in 2023? Because couples be swinging and brothers be being honest with women and saying they got more than one woman, and some women be telling guys they have more than one man. So what's faithful in 2003? Just lying about all of that?
That's based on your relationship. Every relationship is different.
Yeah, that's true. What the understanding is.
Yeah.
And my understanding is, you'll get killed too. Allegedly.
Jesus. All right. Well, that is your rumor report. People's Choice Mix is up next. Porsha Williams is here. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Porsha Williams, our co-host, was here today. Porsha, how you enjoying so far? Everything's good?
I loved it.
Coming back tomorrow?
I'm the new host.
You coming back tomorrow?
I will be here.
Okay.
Maybe a little later, but yeah.
Porsha's the only one that came by. No, that's not true.
I got a gift for y'all. Y'all didn't get the gift.
Don't even put that out there. What's the gift?
Wait, let me give y'all gift.
That look like furniture or something.
I brought y'all sheets from my company.
Oh man, come on now. Now you talking about language.
All right.
What? Make some more
1,800
babies.
thread counts?
Yes.
Woo! You talking my language now,
Porsha.
Yes.
Now, this is what I'm
I
talking
want
about.
y'all to get between the sheets on me.
When you get 44 years old, these are the kind of stuff you get excited about.
And I'm assuming y'all got king size.
Yes. Pampered by Porsha.
Yeah, that's the first thing I checked. I said, Porsha better not be giving me no queen and no full.
No.
Pampered by
King.
Porscha,
Even in the
1,800
gas-
thread count, luxurious fill sheet set.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Thank you,
Right,
Porsha.
let me make this trip worth it up here.
Hey.
Pampered by Porsha. Now, where can these people buy these sheets?
Online at pamperedbyportiasheets.com. I love my sheets. They're the most amazing sheets ever. Once you lay on them, like, that's seriously it. I started
nice
the
and
line.
soft.
Are they sweatproof?
Yes,
Okay.
actually. I started the line because they feel like sheets from my mom's bed when I was little.
Wow.
And I used to always go and sleep in her bed when she get up and leave or whatever. And she introduced me to the company. And I was like, oh my God, I love them. And so I just, I connect with brands and companies that I love. And so I started it, and they're deep pocketed. Okay. You can wash them multiple times. I've had some of my sheets for a very long time. They have not changed at all. And they're very reasonable in cost. So, but they're free to y'all. So enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Porsha. That's
And
a
I brought
present.
some for y'all female producers up here too. That wasn't shade.
They will appreciate it. It's Women's History Month.
That's right. Where can they get them again? Tell them one more time.
You can get it at pamperedbyportiasheets.com.
All right.
Yes.
When we
Thank
come back, we got the positive notice, the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Our co-host Porsha Williams is with us this morning.
Yes.
And it's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, but first, before I do the positive note, man, I just want to tell everybody thank you for getting your tickets to the Black Effect Podcast Festival, man. It's happening Saturday, April 22nd in Atlanta. Some of your favorite podcasts you can see live, like the 85 South Show, Horrible Decisions, Big Facts Podcast, Reasonably Shady, Checking In with the good sister Michelle Williams, and it's all hosted by myself and Jess Hilarious, okay? Saturday, April 22nd at Pullman Yards in Atlanta, Georgia. Go get your tickets at Ticketmaster, and for more information, go to blackeffect.com.
All right.
Yep.
Positive note.
Oh, the positive note is this, man. The truth. Okay? The truth needs no defense. Only witnesses. And the greatest witness you have is yourself. Why get insecure and anxious when you know the truth, all right? You know the rumors, gossip, and BS people are spreading about you isn't real. So why do you care so much? The truth needs no defense. Only witnesses.
Amen to that.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?